Picture this. In the high-stakes world of professional hockey, where emotions run as hot as the ice is cold, a simple post-buzzer shot sparks a full-blown brawl that leaves fans buzzing and the unwritten rulebook wide open. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just good old-fashioned passion or a dangerous invitation to chaos? Let's dive deeper into what went down between the New York Rangers and the Detroit Red Wings, and unpack why this incident might make you rethink the spirit of the game. On Sunday, the Rangers and Red Wings unearthed a classic debate from hockey's unwritten rulebook, leading to a heated confrontation right after the final buzzer. As the clock ticked down, Red Wings forward Mason Appleton decided to take a shot at the Rangers' empty net just a split second after time expired, with the buzzer blaring loudly. While it might seem like a harmless way to celebrate or send a message, this move didn't sit well with the opposing team. The Red Wings were out on the ice, high-fiving and cheering their narrow 2-1 victory. But Rangers goaltender Jonathan and several of his teammates weren't having it. They stormed over to Appleton in the defensive zone, sparking a flurry of shoves and aggressive embraces that had the entire squad entangled in what looked like a mini melee. If you're curious to see the full drama unfold, and trust me, it's worth watching to catch the raw energy, check out Sportsnet's extended video at this link, https://www.youtube.com/watch/v. I couldn't embed it here because YouTube flagged it as age-restricted, which honestly begs the question, what are we coming to as a society when we can't freely share footage of athletes pushing each other around in a sport as physical as hockey? For a softer, safer alternative, here's a clip that's more soothing. Just kidding, but still a fun watch. https://youtube.be.lag167. And this is the part most people miss. While it might look explosive, a quick glance at photos from the event, like this one, https://BROpenIce/status/19902-57529 shows the fireworks were more about a big group of players venting frustration than any real punches thrown. After the dust settled, or should we say the ice melted, Rangers goaltender Jonathan shared his take in the post-game interview. Available here, https://Rangers/video/postgame Miller and Kyle 6385189961111. He sounded pretty fired up, saying, "You guys all saw it. The horn goes, a couple seconds, he shoots it into the net. I don't know why they were surprised." That's usually the response when something like that happens. Boys jumped in, did the right thing. When asked if he was frustrated about the game's events overall, shook his head. It was a complete separate issue from the 60 minutes that took place. Then, a couple seconds, and then he shoots it. That's just that. Quick's teammates backed him up. Rangers captain JT Miller called out the goaltender's heart for stepping up post-buzzer, and Will Kyle noted his a lot of passion. But let's break this down for beginners. In hockey, unwritten rules are those unspoken codes of conduct that players follow to maintain respect and safety on the ice. They aren't in the official rulebook, but are passed down through generations, like not shooting into an empty net after the game ends to avoid rubbing salt in the wound. For example, think of it like ending a friendly game of pickup basketball. You might shake hands, but you wouldn't spike the ball after the buzzer just to show off. That said, it's crucial to understand that firing a puck into an empty net post-buzzer isn't actually a penalty under the NHL rulebook. You can review the details here, https://media.d3.nhl.com/prd. It's not listed under unsportsmanlike conduct either. However, and here's the controversial twist that might divide hockey fans, retaliating with physical force, like cross-checking someone in the head, can lead to serious suspensions. Take the case of Maple Leafs defenseman Morgan Riley, who was sidelined for 5 games after cross-checking Ridley Greig following an empty net slapshot. Read more about that incident here. https://Preston, Maple Leafs defenseman Morgan Riley suspended 5 games for cross-checking Ridley Greig after empty net slapshot. So while Appleton's shot might have been intended as a form of message sending, a way to taunt or assert dominance, the Rangers' response could have backfired big time if things escalated further. Is this unwritten rule worth enforcing at the risk of penalties? Or should players just let it slide and focus on the game itself? The truth is, enforcing these codes can sometimes blur the line between spirited competition and unnecessary aggression, potentially harming players and tarnishing the sport. In the end, the core lesson here is that while sending a message on the ice can feel empowering, taking the bait might leave you regretting it. What do you think? Should hockey stick to enforcing these unwritten rules with pushes and shoves? Or is it time to update the book and let post-buzzer antics slide? Do you see this as harmless fun or a recipe for more violence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take.